This short video is going to walk you through the lesson 5.07 on simple interest. Make sure if you haven't already printed out the simple interest note sheet or grabbed a copy out of the room 210 there, please do so to get going for this video. Our goal today is simply get you interested in the topic of simple interest. No pun intended. The simple interest formula. You start out, we're trying to calculate interest. Interest is the amount of money you're either given by the bank if you save money in the bank and they're able to use it to loan out to other people. But also interest is what you'll have to pay to the bank if you were to borrow money to use. Principal would be the amount that you actually borrow, be a dollar amount. So is interest. Those are going to be dollar amounts. The rate there, that's going to be a percentage, but make sure that you always convert that percentage into a decimal. And then time, some period of time. Normally it's going to be annual or based in years, but some loans will be calculated every month. So you'll see up here in the box, up here in the top, that we have the simple interest formula, I equals P times R times T. And I'm going to walk you through a really basic example here, and then we'll get you rocking and rolling with a couple examples and get you started on the homework. All right, so in a simple interest account, the way this works, and it's not too terribly complicated, we're going to walk you through an example here with Nico. Now, Nico has $500 that he's going to put into the bank. So he has a $500 principal into an account that earns 2% simple interest, okay? Now, don't forget, 2%, that's 0.02. So we got to make that into a decimal. And they will pay a 2% simple interest each year. Notice that's every 1 year. So our time is 1. So right here, 500 times 0.02 is using this formula. You'll notice that T was 1. So really to multiply by 1 doesn't change anything. So that's why they didn't put the little times 1 on there. But long story short, 500 times 0.02, and you'll find that they have $10 in interest, okay? $10 in interest. That means that he has, at the end of year 1, he'll have the original 500 plus that 500 times 0.02, and you'll end up with $510. Now, at the end of year 2, they're not going to give him interest on 510. They always go back to the original amount of 500. Like, listen, we gave you that 10 bucks. You didn't put that in the bank, so we're not going to pay you interest on it. We're going to only pay you interest on the original 500. So in year 2, you can see we have $510, but he only gets 2% of the original 500. So then he ends up with 520 at the end of year 2. So if I put that in the table down here to kind of help you see it, starts out with 500 bucks, all right? So in year 0, that's what we're going to graph in a bit, he has $500. At the end of year 1, he gains $10 in interest, so now he's up to 510. Okay? At the end of year 2, he gains only $10 more of interest. It's only based on that original 500 bucks. Now he's up to 520, and now we keep on rocking. $10 more in the next year, he's only up to 530. I hope you're starting to see a pattern here, so I can say that, you know what, I know that every year he's going to get that same $10 in interest, and this is just going to go up by $10. I'll fill this out real quick while we go. Again, you can always pause the video if you need to fill it out. Now we need to graph this. Now, I hope you can see that this is going to be linear, all right? This is going up by the exact same amount every time, that plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. So this is going to be a linear relationship. So it's really, for me to have that line pre-drawn, I'm hoping that didn't blow your mind. It's starting out at 500 bucks down here. And I'm going to cap it off at 600, even though we don't quite get to 600 on this table. And then put 10 tick marks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Hold on. Pause. All right. So I'll put the 5 in the middle, and then I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, 5. And then, there we go. So I've got the 550 in the middle, and I think you guys can figure out the difference. All right. And this is our amount we have saved up, and this is going to be our time in years. And I'm going to put some tick marks here, 0, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. And then I'll label every other one just to save a little time. And now we plot our points. So we know that we started at 0, 500. And we know that at year 8, we're up to 580. So the 8, 580, about right in here. And then we fill in the rest of our points. So we know that they're all going to be on this line, obviously, because this is a linear relationship. So I'm just basically going straight up and trying to hit the line here, okay? You get the idea? And now we know that we've got a graph. every year. We're going up by the same $10. So our function, f of x, what was our rate of change? How much were these going up every time? They're going up by $10, so I'm going to have 10x. That's going to be my slope. And our starting amount was $500. Okay.